The rapid collapse of the Soviet Union and the sudden end of the Cold War left the U.S. and Western Europe scrambling to reshape a new world in which democracy and capitalism would flourish. But change did not reach everywhere. The liberalizing movement that had swept through Eastern Europe and the Soviet Union was stopped cold in China. In 1989, student protesters staged a massive demonstration in Tiananmen Square in Beijing, demanding democracy. The government crushed the demonstration and killed many of the protesters.
The Chinese response was very much in line with the traditional response of the Chinese government to domestic political dissent. Don't tolerate it.
In Yugoslavia, the winds of change brought chaos. Under communism, Yugoslavia had been made up of separate republics, including Slovenia, Croatia, Serbia, and Bosnia-Herzegovina. Once centralized authority was gone, old rivalries flared up and a bloody and bitter civil war erupted. The war in Bosnia quickly degenerated into a brutal terrorist campaign called ethnic cleansing, in which Serbs forced thousands of Bosnian Muslims into detention camps and killed thousands more. In 1998, Serbs and Muslims negotiated a peace accord under the supervision of the United States, but fighting in the region had been so brutal that the UN established a war crimes tribunal to address atrocities committed during the war, including charges against former Yugoslavian President Slobodan Milosevic of murder, torture, and other crimes against humanity. What happened in the old Yugoslavia was just one example of how the Western powers struggled to find an effective way of dealing with international crises once the Cold War came to a sudden end. Even the United States, in effect the winner of the Cold War, found it difficult to adjust. The common enemy of Soviet communism, which had for so long provided the U.S. with a clear-cut objective in terms of foreign policy, was gone. The quick end to the Cold War left the United States as the world's one superpower. And as the 21st century dawned, America struggled to redefine itself in its dealings with the rest of the world.